Law pulls up, says okay, I'm ready. He's got the prep notes, the mocks are steady. Clicks the lead, thinks he's read my mind. Inspects Comfey hits and he's falling behind. He's prepped for calm mind, bro, what a miss. That's not support, that's spec straining kiss. You can't guess my sets, don't even start. I built this team like a toddler stacks blocks. Prep for calm, I thought chaos instead. And now you're out here second guessing your spread. AV Rotom, Shuka on treads. You're staring at our plays like what's in their heads? And the answer to that question is simply absolutely nothing. Not a brain cell there. But next Samurai H steps up slow and mean. You expect ceaseless? Nah, that's Hydro Cannon. One big splash, then I recharge. Now you're down on one off, one click. Better get your skills surcharged. Then comes Hydrapple, you're feeling brave. Till a falling pop crit puts you back in the cave. You prep for Fickle Beam, that's cute, no doubt. This apple's not scheming, it's just knocking you out. And if all else fails, forget the plan. Saptoo's G just clicks ban Brave Bird and deletes your team.
Okay, so my opponent brought a couple of surprises. The Wuching kind of caught me off guard. I knew there was a chance it could come, but I didn't really prep for it too hard. So I'm just going to lead with my Samurott. My Samurott is running a Mystic Water Hydro Cannon set, which can actually one-shot the Wheezing Galar if he tries to like switch it into Defog. And yep, we'll just roll with it. Things I need to be very careful about. I need to be very careful about that Wuchien, and I also need to be very careful about like an Agility Latias, as Agility weakest policy Latias is very scary if you might Comfey. While it specs, Latias has very good special defense, so we'll be able to take that. And he does lead the Palafin. Not too many surprises. I lead the Samurott. I mean, if he close combats, he close combats. It's not going to be able to kill. So I'm just going to go for my Ceaseless, get my spikes off early, so I get that nice residual chip. I imagine we're probably going to see either Wuchien or Wheezing come out here. If Wheezing comes out, I am going to reveal my Hydro Cannon tech. If Wuchien comes out, I'll have to play a little bit differently. I highly doubt you go for a close combat is because, depending on my Samurott, yeah, you do switch, but depending on my Samurott set, you could have lost Palafin there. Please be the Wheezing. It is the Wheezing. He doesn't know. Oh my god, he doesn't know the tech. So we get the Ceaseless off. I'm probably going to take this Rocky Helmet chip. I imagine. I think this will be Helmet in this matchup. Is it Helmet? No, it's Black Sludge. Okay. You're still in Hydro Cannon range. So, launch. Hydro Cannon! Dead Wheezing! Wait, it lives? No way! That's crazy. That's a max special defense Wheezing. Oh no, and he's gonna Paint Split this turn, isn't he? Oh no. That has to be max special defense and a mineral. It's because that should have always killed. So, yeah. Is my Samurott the wrong investment? It's because I thought I cut before the game. That should always kill after a Ceaseless. I must have put the wrong investment on Samurott and ran like ran attack instead of special attack by accident. If that should have always killed. I imagine we see a Pain Split come out here. We may see a Defog if you really want these spikes off the field. You could go for Strange Steam if you want to try to kill my Hammerot. So you're thinking about this for a while. Probably going to see a Pain Split, I would imagine. And I imagine you switch out the following turn as he can't really afford... he can't afford me going for the Hydro Cannon again. So we have to recharge. You do go for the Pain Split. Okay. That takes you out of Hydro Cannon range, unfortunately. We can go for it again and try to kill the Wheezing, but you do have the Samurai in the back. Or not the Samurai, the Wuchien in the back. So instead of going for that, I am just going to go for a Ceaseless again. If you take me out, you take me out, not the end of the world. I have ways to kill this Wheezing, right? I don't remember all my... Oh yeah, I have a banned Gyarados. And Gyarados should definitely be able to kill afterwards. So Ceaseless I go. I don't think you're going to give me Wheezing. As you do not give me Wheezing, you want to preserve your toxic immunity. Makes sense. Wuchien comes out, and I'm going to get another layer of spikes, forcing a Defog later. You take the spikes, Tablet of Ruin, lowers my attack, and Ceaseless Edge we go. A little bit of chip. Probably going to see a Terra Blast here, honestly. This Pokemon's like super annoying for me to deal with, honestly. So we take the chip. Do I sack Gyapdos to try to like get chip on this? I don't have a lot of ways to pressure this. I mean, I have this which has Heavy Slam, but I don't think you Terra this turn. Yeah, I'm just gonna go Zapdos. If you Terra Blast, you Terra Blast, not the end of the world. If you go for the Leech Seed, a little bit worrisome, but I should be able to play around it. As you bring out the, well, let's see, I bring out the bird. You do Terra, okay, so I probably should have went out into my Iron Treads. Actually, wait, no, I'm Heavy Slam my Iron Treads, not Iron Head. How much is my Heavy Slam gonna do to this? Because Wuchian is like one bulky Pokemon. So I don't know if my Heavy Slam's gonna be able to do that much. Are there some Iron Tread? Yeah, you do just Leech Seed, okay. Treads. Like Jimmy. Against who? Yeah, my Heavy Slams are, actually my Heavy Slams, yeah, my Heavy Slams are doing just about nothing. Okay, yeah, not gonna lie, this Pokemon's super annoying. Do I just go Comfey? Do I need my Specs in this matchup? I mean, Specs is a nice win condition, but I could trick this and kind of neuter it, which does slow down this threat. Okay, so we replayed basically that entire game up to the DC, and I'm probably just gonna go Comfey on this. I want to like trick this as Choice Scarf, and I'm pretty sure you go for like a Ruination or a Terra Blast or something, or you go for a Protect, just scout out what I want to do with my Zapdos. So out to Comfey we go. So you do Protect, okay, fair enough. Now here, I mean, I can go for the trick, but it's a little bit risky. It's because if you trick and if you Protect on my trick, that's a little bit scary. If I won't have a trick user anymore. Do I just U-turn? I'm just gonna trick. Let's see, do you stand? You do stand, okay. So this is gonna be Choice Specs now, so we don't have to worry about this being like kind of a defensive nuisance. What do you lock yourself into? You have to lock yourself into a move. Poison Powder. Okay. That's fine. Take that residual chip. But you're locked. You have to switch, I imagine. And I do have an Iron Tread, so I could just U-turn, bring out my Treads, and be relatively safe. If you Poison Powder again, I'll be immune. So U-turn I go. That was a very clutch trick. Not having that Specs is going to be a little bit worrisome for that Darkrai, but I still do have some like soft checks to Darkrai. I'm sure you're probably freaking out like, oh no, my defensive piece now has a Choice Specs. It's going to be kind of neutered, and it is going to be kind of slowing down a whole lot. If you double Poison Powder, double Poison Powdering would be kind of crazy here, but we'll see what you do. I imagine the Metagross is probably going to come in, and I'm going to get like a little bit of chip on that Metagross, which will be nice. You're thinking about this for a while. You do withdraw the Lutrian, it's because, yeah, you're locked into Poison Powder. So, wait, also, I'm just going to write down his sets. Use Poison Powder, Protect, Leech Seed. Last move is probably Ruination. Let's see. You can go Rotom. I'm kind of scared of this a little bit. Sprint starting with the Alola. But letting Rotom, if this is like Sweet Crept and Rotom gets tripped, that's a little worrisome. I can go out into this, get a substitute. If he's such strong, shouldn't be able to kill me from Weezing. But Weezing's relatively healthy. Yeah, I think my play is Rotom. I'm starting with the potential Will-Wisp and just full Twitch. If you outspeed me, you outspeed me and get a little bit of trip, which will create a situation where that endgame Darkrai is a little bit scarier. I imagine what we're probably going to see is Latias come in. It's because Metagross getting shipped would be kind of valuable for me, honestly. It's because this is his only Brave Bird Twitch in, and I imagine he still, I didn't reveal my ban on my Gyapdos yet, so he still has to fear the potential like Scarf on it. If he Scarf Gyapdos would be very, very scary right now. As you do withdraw, yet you need the Flying Resist for Gyapdos. Probably going to be Latias. Yep, Latias. I'm just going to get a little bit of chip with the Volt Switch. And these spikes are remaining on the field. I'm going to kind of continually play in a way to kind of keep them on the field, just because that spike strip is going to be very nice. Latias comes in. I think this would be a crazy play, but I'm not going to do that. I could go this Terra thrown in. You go this Ice Spinner. Or Heavy Slam. What do I need this for, really? I brought it for a reason. I brought it for a spin, it looks like. Yeah, I don't really need this that healthy. I think I brought Iron Treads for something that didn't end up coming. So Iron Treads should be able to kind of check this. And Heavy Slam I go. It should do a large amount of damage. I'm not going for Ice Spinner, I don't want to risk potential weakness policy on this. I don't know his set yet. So Heavy Slam I go. If we see a Surf, we see a Surf. Not really the end of the world. What do you do here? Ideally, you go Wheezing, but I'm pretty sure that's like especially defensive Wheezing, and Wheezing's not going to be able to really appreciate Heavy Slams very much. You might go Wu-Qian. Reason for Wu-Qian here would be, oh no, I'm faster. Okay. This Agility? Oh, just Draco. Is this going to be like Draco Jackpack? I don't know why I'm faster. This must be like, I don't know what this Latias is. So yeah, I'm just going to Heavy Slam again. I'm okay with Iron Treads going down if it needs to, if he brings out the Palafin or something. I'm actually preserve this Latias here, though. Because Latias is like a good soft Rotom check. And you still do have like switch into this Heavy Slime. It's not like you have nothing for it. Okay, Latias goes down. I did not expect Latias to go down that early. That was basically one of your best Rotom checks. So Rotom Volt Switches are going to be very, very free now. Palafin comes in. Yeah, fair enough. Do I let Treads go down here? Maybe. If I don't want to risk taking an Ice Punch with my Hydrapple. You know what? I'm in a gambling mood. Even if you Ice Punch, it's not like I don't have answers to this at all. And I'm pretty sure I do take an Ice Punch anyways. Let's see. I also have the Rotom, so you have to respect potential Rotom. So Hydrapple comes in. Do you Ice Punch? You Boom Burst, okay. Just a little bit. I do eat that. Here I start with Speaker Drain. You do have a fully healthy Weezing. A little bit of a crazy play, but I want to keep the offensive pressure going. And if Zapdos goes down, not really the end of the world. Zapdos isn't very good here, honestly. Because looking at his team, what does Zapdos even really do? The only thing it really does is outspeed the Metagross, if it's not a Scarf Metagross. As you withdraw, please be the Weezing. I want Chip on that Weezing. It is the Weezing. Okay, yeah. Oh, yes, but you're trying to... Is this neutralizing gas? No, it's Levitate. Okay, so we will get the Regenerate recovery. But we do know this is especially defensive, so Choice Band Braybird should absolutely nuke this. I would be shocked if it doesn't kill, honestly. And even if you get the Will off, not that end of the world. These spikes on the field are going to be very valuable for me. And I don't think you're going to want a Defog on a Gyarados. Probably going to be the Wu-Qian coming in. If you Wu-Qian, kind of does nothing here. Metagross comes in. Okay. Predicting Braybird. How much is this going to do, though? You took that Spike Strip 2 times around. Braybird does nothing. That's like a more defensive Metagross. Okay. Is this going to be Rocky Helmet? I don't know if it's Rocky Helmet or not. I mean, Ice Punch might be coming my way. So I'm going to go Metagross. Metagross doesn't really do anything here, and I don't want to go Hydrapple and risk an Ice Punch. But once Hydrapple goes down, since that is like a since that's like a Specs thing, that could be a little bit scary. Rest. Is this going to be a Resto Chesto? Do you have any ground resist? Weezing. And that's it. So I think Earthquake is super free here. It is Resto Chesto, but that's fine. Yeah, Earthquake's super free here. Even if you go Weezing, I just Heavy Slam the following turn. So Earthquake I go. I don't mind, yeah, you let Sand. I do about half. Iron Defense. Is this going to be like Iron Defense Body Press? That's fine. I think I have special attackers left, right? I have Rotom. I have this. I have Hydro Cannon. Yeah, this isn't a threat. Yeah, I'm fine with Mecha Jimmy going down here. It kind of did what it needed to. If you go for Rest, a little bit scary, but it's not like I don't have any answers to this. I'm sure you're calculating if I like Raikou. I'm sure you see I'm more offensive cards now, is because I assume this is like a max defense Metagross. I think Earthquake should 3KO this. Yeah, that looks like a 3KO. Body Press. Okay, Iron Treads goes down, but Iron Treads did what it needed to. Like, yeah, I don't really need Iron Treads at all too much here. How much speed am I running on my Samurott this week? I forget if I ran like attack or speed investment. It's been a while since I built this. If I speed crept, if I assume this is like a defensive Metagross. Yeah, speed crept. Yeah, I think I can. I didn't check how much HP it had actually. Yeah, since I didn't check how much HP it had, I'm gonna go out into my Zapdos. I would have went out into Samurott if I was like confident Thesis would kill, but since I'm running like no attack on my Samurott this week, I don't think it would be able to kill at this range. I can U-turn. I don't want to lock myself into close combat, and he brings out the thing. But if I U-turn, I could U-turn Apple, and that would be fine. If I don't think this is Ice Punch, if it's like Resto Chesto. So you do live, fine. Rocky Helmet should be able to take you out. If you Ice Punch, you Ice Punch. A little bit worrisome. Actually, I probably should have close combated. Yeah, close combat was a better play. Yeah, close combat was definitely the better play. I should have just, yeah, that was stupid of me. Okay, last spot I go. As you withdraw, probably going to be the Weezing. I think I speed crept for Weezing, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Weezing comes in. This is like a Levitate. And I'll find out like what Weezing set this is. I imagine you defog here is because I have all these spikes on the field. I know it's especially defensive, but I'm just going to sub up. I don't think you speed crept Weezing for Hydrapple. I'm pretty sure I speed crept Hydrapple for Weezing. I hope. Just because if I didn't, this is a little bit of a mistake on my end. I didn't speed crept Hydrapple for Weezing. Okay, okay. But good to note. So Weezing faster. Get the sub off. And I'll see if he's forced to switch here. Your Strange Team. That should probably break my sub. I'd imagine. Yeah, sub fades. Okay. So I played around that like horribly. I could have had a dead Metagross, but I elected to make a series of plays that didn't result in a dead Metagross. If I allowed him to get the rest. Okay, yeah, so I sacked my Iron Treads for no reason then. That sucks. I don't really have a good switch into this. Yeah, I'll just sub. Willow, fine. I just don't want to let the Pain Split get off. Since I'm pretty sure that's a Specs Palafin, and I don't really necessarily need... Actually, wait, I didn't Terra before. Will my Terra allow me to live this range name? I don't know. Yeah, I really should have close combat. SP's close combat would have opened up my Comfey game a whole lot. So I'm going to Terra. Probably should have done this before. A Strange Team can also mess. So I'm just Giga Draining, seeing what he wants to go for. Strange Team, does it kill? Does it break my sub anyways through the Terra? It still breaks us up. Okay, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I played this entire endgame scenario out kind of terribly, honestly. Now he also still has applying resist for Gyaptos when he wouldn't have had that before. So yeah, I think I just Giga Drain. Tried to force Pain Split at some point. This Weezingong would be really nice. It opens up my close combat game a lot. It's because this is his only fighting resist left, besides Wuchan. Well, Wuchan is like locked, so I'm not too scared of that. Oh no, I should have kept Pokemon Life for Wuchan. So down to the red you go. I should be able to get out of Strange Team range. 141. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm out of Strange Team range. Am I out of Strange Team range after the burns though? 116. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I am. This is a little bit of a risky play. If you Pain Split, I'm kind of in trouble. But Hydrapple going down would be really bad for Palafin. And also for Metagross, because it's a good way to strip down Metagross. Shit. Shit. That's really bad. That is really, really bad for me. No Hydro. Please hit. I know that this game... You switch. Who do you go out into on this? Your Latias is gone. Wuchan. Okay, fair enough. So, Hydro we go. A little bit of chip. I can Volt Switch, bring out my Hydrapple kind of freely, get a turn of Regenerate Recovery. So what we want to lock into. If you shouldn't be able to kill Hydrapple with anything. Ugh. Why didn't I close combat before? I knew that rest was a possibility. See you, Leech Seed. You're locked into Seed though. Yeah, you're locked into Seed. So I think Samurot's pretty free. I throw in anything with a Hydro Cannon. And I'm okay with Samurott going down in order to get, like, spikes on the field. Man, I played I'm just forgetting my plays right now. As you withdraw, is it going to be the Weezing? Please be the Weezing. I want this turn of recovery. It is the Weezing. Okay. I thrown this with Hydro Cannon, and he knows I have the Hydro Cannon now. I mean, you might say it and call it out, but not really the end of the world if you do. No, this is Levitate. I also know he's still... Okay, I also need to keep in mind he's playing like a more passive game. I'm just going to Ceaseless. If he's Strange Team, he's Strange Team. I'm fine with getting this layer of spikes. I need to be careful about that Darkrai game. I still have my Comfey, which will outspeed it, but I'm starting to run out of Darkrai checks, honestly. As you withdraw, probably going to be the Wuchien again. Wuchien comes out. Yep. Fine. Close my attack. Get the Ceaseless off. Put the damage. Yeah, just Ceaseless again. Yeah, I'm gonna Ceaseless again. It's because I think even if you go for the attack, not really the end of the world, I can force Samurott going down. It's not completely necessary to my game plan. So I Ceaseless again. Do a little bit of trip. Another layer of spikes. Probably gonna see a Leech Seed come out. Leech Seed comes out, yep. Do I go for the last layer? That's a question. I don't know. This Wuchien is being very annoying. I will go down. So I think I do go Gyaptos and just click U-turn. It's because I could U-turn, got into my Hydrapple and kind of regen a bit. Yeah, I don't mind my Zapdos taking a little bit of trip if it's necessary. As you Leech Seed again, yeah, fair enough. It's because my Samurott would have went down. So yeah, I'm really glad I tricked this a choice, because this would have been super annoying if I didn't. So I'm just gonna U-turn. U-turn's kind of the safe middle ground. Click. I don't want to lock myself into CC with Weezing in the back. I don't want to lock myself into Brave Bird if I made the kind of stupid mistake of not close combating the Metagross and killing it when I had the chance. So you stay in. Okay, so you're just going to Leech Seed again, but that's fine. Not really a whole lot of progress being made. I also can keep track of how many Leech Seed turns this has. It must be running out soon. So head drop we go. I'm also slowly getting recovery on my Hydropple, which is really nice. Should have ran like Terra Blast or something on Hydropple. So I'm okay with this little bit of trip. You can also potentially miss Leech Seed at some point. Once again, don't really need Gyarados healthy. As you withdraw, probably going to be the Weezing, if you're playing this super passively. It is the Weezing, yeah. And hopefully my Zapdos will be able to kill this, or at least force the Metagross in. So you get that recovery. I'm just going to Brave Bird. If you go Metagross, you go Metagross. You do go Metagross, I assume. I really need to start calling these out, is because he's playing it. Oh, he goes Weetrian. That's fine. Weetrian, I'm okay with getting all this trip, especially since this going down means I don't have to worry about like Leech Seed games anymore. Yeah, that's a clean to a KO. So I'm just going to Brave Bird again. It's because with these steady spike strip, even if the Metagross comes in, it's going to be taking like a steady layer. And he might actually sack Wuchen here to get the more recoil on me. So you're just thinking about this for a while. Probably debating sacking Wuchen or going something else. You do sack Wuchen. Okay, so this Pokemon's gone. This Pokemon was super annoying. So Wuchen gone. What you have left is Metagross, which is asleep, Palafin, Darkrai, and Weezing. Darkrai is terrifying for me right now, I'll be perfectly honest. Like, I don't have anything really for that Darkrai, and I probably should have let Hydropple go down, just because Hydropple really doesn't do a whole lot here. As Metagross comes in, fair. Yeah, Hydropple can check this. He might double. Kind of aggressive. I will find out if this is like a Sleep Talk set. Sleep Talk would be crazy though. So I have, that was actually a mistake on my end, because he can't afford Sleep Talk in this set. Yeah, I should have just Brave Birded. If you can't be Sleep Talk, Iron Defense, Body Press when I have a Gengar in the back. Especially when Gengar would have been huge into this team. Yeah, you double. I should have Brave Birded. That was so stupid of me. That was really dumb of me. I'm making a lot of mistakes this game. Shoot. Have to start playing more aggressively. If you Strange Team take out my Gyarados, I'm in a world of hurt, but if I keep on playing this kind of passively, I am going to lose this game to that Darkrai. As you Strange Team, okay. Dead Zapdos. Ow. I don't know why I brought Pollen Puff. Terra Blast just made so much more sense on Hydropple, and that would have probably won me this game. So, Samurai I go. I have all these spikes on the field. I do start with Hydro Cannon. Who do I think you go on a Hydro Cannon though? Probably Palafin. You go Palafin, I go Hydropple. Yeah, I need to start making aggressive plays. I'm going to lose this game if I keep playing passively, like I said before. I should have let Hydropple go down. That was stupid of me. It's because the Palafin isn't physical, it's Boom Burst. Palafin's going to come in. Metagross comes in. That's actually really good for me. It's because you have to take another layer of spikes. And I actually play for a Nasty Pocket in here, and Nasty Pocket Giga Drain and try to win that way. I think that might be my best bet. Yeah, I think that's actually my best bet. Try to recover more than he's doing with all this chip. I saw how much plus 1 Giga Drain did. It did like 30%. So I'm going to ask the Cloud again. Let's use Strange Team. I mean, I know my Hydrapple is going to go down in this process, but it should be able to take out the Squeezing before it does. And here Drain we go. Strange Team shouldn't be able to kill. Doesn't kill. Does like decent amount though. I do about half as my Giga Drain. Okay, this was what I should have done before. I'm going to lose the Hydrapple, but I still do have potential ways to win this, especially if I can keep these spikes on the field. I mean, you might defog this turn, honestly, but that's fine. Use Strange Team. I think that was a mistake. I think you should have defogged there. Do another steady bit of trip. I think this is... I have to let Hydrapple go down to this. I have to Comfey can clutch. Ideal is you overthinking Pain Split, but I don't think you're going to. You do Strange Team. Hydrapple down. I played around this easing horribly. Covers a little bit. Okay, I need Rotom to be able to like clutch us. Hydro, I need Hydro to kill. If Hydro doesn't kill, I'm pretty sure I lose this game 100%. Man, why did I go Rotom before? If I would have just let Hydrapple go down, I probably would have won this game. You're calking, I'm sure. Yeah, if you go Califin here, I might be cooked too. If you like expect a Hydro. If this is Palafin, I think I lose. Darkrai. Okay, Darkrai gives me a chance. I am a Sulfest Rotom. I just need to hit this Hydro Pump. I do hit the Hydro Pump to a decent amount. I should take a Dark Pulse. Is my Comfey Giga Drain? Yeah, my Comfey's Giga Drain this week. Okay, I'm starting to see an endgame for me. It's not a pretty endgame, but it's a possible endgame. I have to Volt Switch here. I do take the Dark Pulse, as long as I don't flinch. I do Volt Switch. He lives on a Silver. No, he's going to be able to get Weezing in. If I go Samurai, I lose Samurai. This is getting very complicated. Darkrai living on a Sliver wasn't ideal. Unfortunately, I don't have a Psychic move on this. I do have leftovers. Okay. I think this game's going to come down to my ability to beat that Weezing. Does Sludge Bomb kill me at this range? If the Sludge Bomb doesn't kill me, it might be worth U-turning. Darkrai. I don't think that was Specs damage. Darkrai. Comfey. Sludge Bomb does not kill me. Oh wait, I'm at 198. Not 100. Yeah, Sludge Bomb doesn't kill me, so U-turns my play. In case you want us to reserve this as Sack Otter. As you Dark Pulse again. Okay. I take that. I get the U-turn off. Now this is where things get complicated. I'm gonna go Rotom. I imagine you have to go Palafin here. And sorry if I'm not saying a whole lot. I'm just like really trying to think through how I win this game. I don't have a lot of ways to win, honestly. I'm fairly certain that Palafin is specs from that damage output it did before. Palafin, Hero. I am AV Rotom. With like max special defense. Choice specs. Rotom. Wash. Boom Burst. I'm sure you're calculating if Boom Burst kills. I think Boom Burst is the only thing you have to hit me. 25%. That's if no special attack investment though. If max special attack, modest, Boomburst should kill, maybe. It's like close. You do 33%. I am at 36. It's a roll. Boomburst is a roll. Okay. This is a very interesting turn. It's because if I get this roll, I win the game. And that's if modest. If it's not modest, if it's like a speedy nature, I always live. So I'm going to Volt Switch. It's because I should be able to live this. The only way this kills is if it's modest and he gets a roll. And he isn't modest and he doesn't get the roll. So I get a very big Volt Switch off. Bring him down to a sliver. Okay. We take that. I actually probably should have discharged. That was a mistake. Yeah, that was a really big mistake, actually. If you switch and defog, I think I potentially lose. Actually, I think I still win. I think I still do win this. If you my Comfey's max special defense, and this isn't modest. This is like some different set. So Comfey, Health and Hero, Boomber. Yeah, Boomber still kill. I'm forced to drain Kiss here. That's like no doubt about it. Actually, I think I do still win this game. Actually, I think you have to defog with Wheezing. It's because Palfin's gonna go down to spikes. Not discharging was definitely a throw on my end. It's because if I would have discharged, this game would have been a whole lot easier. But I'm pretty sure I still win this. It's because I can go Samurott. You would have to Strange Team, but if you Strange Team, I go Rotom and I win the game. You do withdraw. Yep, that's your best play. You go Wheezing. You have to defog here. That's the only way you win. I Drain Kiss, do a little bit. Yeah, so I think we come out with the win. I think. I don't want to jinx it quite yet. It's because this is like super close, and like I think a couple things could go wrong my way. Like if he Strange Teams, it becomes a little bit of a different game, and I think I have to hit a Hydro Pump on this Wheezing. So I have to U-turn here. Get that little bit of trip. I mean, I'm definitely going to outspeed this. There's no way he brought like max speed Wheezing. U-turn, get a little bit of trip, and I'm going to bring out the Samurott on this defog. Yeah, Samurott we go. Because you have to defog here. Yeah, you have to defog. Okay, Hydro Cannon I think should win us the game then. If I think we have enough tools where he doesn't have like enough health. Actually, can I Ice Beam win and not risk a mess against Hammerot? Let's see. I'm just calculating speed. If I can avoid taking that like 10% chance of me missing against Wheezing. He's max special defense. Calm. I do have Ice Beam. I do 20. Yeah, I have to Hydro. I don't kill if it's not Hydro. I miss. I was literally just talking about how I potentially lose the game if I miss. And he defogs. Oh no, is this gonna be in range now? Please don't be in range. 1%. Oh my god. Okay. I have to Hydro Cannon again. I hit. Thank god. Okay, so I think Comfey wins this game. I think. I think Triad should be able to out-prioritize the Jet Punch. So Samurott goes down, but oh my god, that was an intense game to get the finals. I made a ton of misplays around that Wheezing, but even despite it, fortunately my prep was so good enough that we were able to claw back with a win, despite my bad plays. If your only Pokemon live left is Palafin. Wait, do you have the Metagross alive? I don't think you had the Metagross alive. I think you sacked it. Yeah, I think you sacked the Metagross defeat all those spikes damage was doing stuff. I have Metagross crossed out. I think Palfin's the last Pokemon alive. So, Giga Drain, and that should be a good game. We out-prioritize everything with Triage. So, I think, I don't want to jinx you guys because there's a possibility that I misgened and I don't have the Triage, but we'll see. I think we move on to PPL NX Finals. I'm just waiting for him to click his move. I definitely should out. I'm like 99% sure I was careful and prep and put Triage on this. Wait, you have one Pokemon alive. Who's your last Pokemon? I have everything crossed out. Wait. He still had the Metagross alive. Shit. I had everything crossed out. No. Oh my god. This is scary. If this is like Sleep Talk, I think I potentially lose this game. If I think I have to hit Hydros. How many? I don't think he burned any turns of rest yet, though. So, not close combat being before is definitely coming back to bite me now, but I think Rotom should be able to beat this. I think. I really, really hope it can. If he reveals Sleep Talk, I lose again. But I don't think you can be Rest, Sleep Talk, Body Press. So you're thinking about this for a while. My U-turn is super, super obvious here. And if this is Sleep Talk, we lose. And if it isn't, we win. I think. I hope. Rotom's forced in. I should have paid closer attention. With this, I had Metagross crossed out as dead in my kills, but I think I had that crossed out from before. Do you Sleep Talk? You don't Sleep Talk, okay. So I think I just discharge. I should be able to get 3 off. That was his first turn of sleep. Yeah, discharge definitely kills. Okay, so I think we do come out with the win here. Okay, that was close. That was very, very close. Right. So Metagross gone. Is going to go down to this discharge. And all he's going to have left is that Palafin. And that should be a good game. Unless, once again, I forgot another Pokemon that I can't believe. Why did I have I must have crossed out Metagross before when I went for U-turn on Zapdos and just forgot to undo it. So I just discharge here. I mean, in the off chance you're like a crazy rest set, but I'm pretty sure this Spect was the amount it was doing to my Apple. But AB Rotom coming in clutch, proving it's not mid. Okay, yeah, Jet Punch. But I should out-prioritize that with Triage. I am Triage, correct? Just want to double check. Yep, I am indeed Triage. And Triage affects Drain Kiss, right? Drilling moves. I mean, I can go for Drain Kiss just to be safe. Yeah, why not? I'm just going to click Drain Kiss. It kills also. Dead Palpin. And that is good game. See you guys in the PPL NX Finals. That was crazy, crazy game. Fantastically played large, fantastically played, but Comfey's the GOAT. See you guys.